Hello and welcome to Clean Cut Sports coverage of Speedway in the Second City, here at a warm and sunny Peterborough Stadium on this Thursday night for Elite League Speedway action between the Birmingham Brummies and the Peterborough Panthers. Previous meeting between these two sides at Peterborough this year resulted in a 5-point win, 49-44 for the Brummies, and they'll be looking to do the double over the Panthers here tonight. Let's have a look at the lineups then, starting with the Brummies, who we see out on parade. Christoph Kasperzak goes at 1. At number 2 is Alice Drimmel. 3 is Daniel Nurmark. Number 4, Ben Barker. Skipper Danny King goes at 5. Number 6, Ulrich Ostergaard. And number 7, Klaus Wissing. For the Ready Power Panthers, their skipper Nicky Pedersen, of course, is at 1. Number 2 is Krzysztof Buskowski. Number 3, Norbert Kosciusz. At 4 is Linus Sundstrom. At 5, Troy Batchelor. Number 6 is Kasper Gomolski. And number 7, Richard Lawson. The referee tonight is Darren Hartley. And we're all set for Elite League Speedway action on a fine and dry evening. The track fairly well watered, as you can see. We'll be underway with heat number 1 very shortly in this Elite League encounter. Birmingham versus Peterborough. Okay, here we go with heat number 1. Peterborough have won the toss. They take gates 1 and 3, so it'll be Krzysztof Buskowski off gate 1 in yellow. Gate 2 for the Brummies in blue is Alice Drimmel. Off 3 in white, Nicky Pedersen. And gate 4 in red, Christoph Kasperzak. A welcome return to form for him in the win over Wolverhampton here at Peterborough last week. Partnering Alice Drimmel. Of course, it was a tangle with Krzysztof Buskowski that saw him suffer those nasty injuries down at the East of England Showground earlier this season. The pole, one of 3 poles in the Peterborough lineup. Krzysztof Buskowski going off the inside and completing the lineup, 3-time world champion Nicky Pedersen from gate number 3. Buskowski, Drimmel, Pedersen and Kasperzak for heat number 1. Away we go, and Kasperzak gets away well from the outside. Alice Drimmel attacking Nicky Pedersen, but it's the man on the inside who found the gap. Krzysztof Buskowski leads the way down the back straight for the first time. Nicky Pedersen around the outside trying to take second place, gets out of shape there on the outside line. Alice Drimmel is back there on the inside. Krzysztof Kasperzak meantime has pulled up at the back. So Alice Drimmel left to fight alone for the Brummies. Then a good start for his partner Krzysztof Kasperzak, but he's on the centre green, and it's Kasperzak's fellow countryman Krzysztof Buskowski who leads the way. Something of a surprise here. Nicky Pedersen, the Grand Prix star, back in third. He was third, and just as I say that, down goes Alice Drimmel on turn number 1. What an absolutely disastrous start for Birmingham. Drimmel's got back up again. He's still going, but a half a lap behind in third place. It's going to be a fairly simple 5-1. Even Nicky Pedersen's slowing down, so the only man still going at full speed is this man, Krzysztof Buskowski. What a chaotic start to this Elite League encounter. Krzysztof Buskowski is going to take the win for Peterborough. He's looking for the other riders. He doesn't know where they've gone. Nicky Pedersen comes in pretty slowly for second place in white, and third, having remounted in blue, is Alice Drimmel. What a disastrous start to the night for Birmingham. Krzysztof Kasperzak didn't even complete the first lap because of bike problems. Nicky Pedersen's bike looking slow as well. And Alice Drimmel falling, going into lap 3 and remounting, which means that Krzysztof Buskowski, the only rider under full power by the checkered flag. It's Birmingham 1, Peterborough 5. So the Brummies looking to bounce back following that awful start then. This is heat at number 2. Ulrich Ostergaard goes off gate 1 in red. Gate 2 for the Panthers in white is Kasper Gomolski. Off 3 in blue will be Klaus Wissing. And gate 4 in yellow will be Richard Lawson, the man who doubles up with Workington in the Premier League. Partnering young Kasper Gomolski in his first full season in the Elite League. Taking on Birmingham's Danish pairing, Ulrich Ostergaard and Klaus Wissing. Big scores from them last week against the rather depleted Wolves side. Indeed, Klaus Wissing was only 1 spill away from a paid maximum. So hoping for similar form for him tonight, and indeed from Ulrich Ostergaard. So Ostergaard, Gomolski, Wissing and Lawson is the lineup for heat number 2, and Klaus Wissing gets a flyer from gate number 3. He leads the way into the first turn. Ostergaard trying to fend off an attack from Richard Lawson down the outside, and he's done so as they go into turn number 3. It's Birmingham 1 and 2 as they look to level the scores up with a 5-1 of their own. Through into third place now comes Kasper Gomolski in white, and the young Pole will try and chase down Ulrich Ostergaard for that second place. Klaus Wissing out in front, had such great form in the Elite League this season as locking up and coming down there. Kasper Gomolski slides off at turn number 4. Looks like he's going to be able to remount. Indeed he is. It's all going wrong for Peterborough in this second heat, just as it all went wrong for Birmingham in heat number 1, and that's going to leave the scores level if it stays like this. Klaus Wissing, the former Peterborough man, racing against his parent club tonight, leads the way. You can see the dust kicking up heavily already despite earlier track watering. It's going to be a win for Klaus Wissing in blue. They come off the final turn. Wissing wins it. Ostergaard secures the 5-1. Third place in yellow goes to Richard Lawson, and Kasper Gomolski remounting to take 4th place. So that levels it all up then. It all went wrong for Birmingham in Heat 1. It all goes wrong for Peterborough in Heat 2, with the chasing Kasper Gomolski taking a tumble on turn 4, leaving the way for Birmingham's Danish pairing to take a 5-1. Well done to Klaus Wissing. Such great form we've seen from him over the middle part of this Elite League season, since, of course, recovering from that broken wrist sustained on opening night. A 5-1 levels it up then. Birmingham 6, Peterborough 6. All square then as we go into heat number 3, and this one sees Norbert Kosciusz off gate 1 for Peterborough in white. Gate 2 for Birmingham in blue is Ben Barker. Off 3 in yellow is Linus Sundstrom. And gate 4 in red, Daniel Nurmark. Now, Linus Sundstrom could well be the thorn in the side of Birmingham tonight. He pulled in a big score when Panthers last visited earlier in the season, went down to a 5-point defeat, but Linus in flying form, of course, knows the Peterborough track very well from his days with Rye House in the Premier League, and he partners Norbert Kosciusz, who began the season at reserve for the Panthers, now up into the main body of the team, the former pool man. Ben Barker is the man to watch here in blue, in the best form of his season 2011 so far, absolutely flying form here at Peterborough, and he partners Daniel Nurmark, who's developed this season since joining Birmingham into a very aggressive and forceful rider. We hope to see more of that here tonight then. 6 all the score as we go into heat number 3. Kosciusz, Barker, Sundstrom and Nurmark. Away they go, and Ben Barker gets some lift from gate number 2. It's Peterborough that lead the way into the first turn. The man in yellow, Linus Sundstrom, takes up the lead. We said he'd be one to watch. Ben Barker making a slightly slow start, but he's now back around the outside of Norbert Kosciusz as they come into turn number 4. Can he take 3rd place away? Indeed he can, down the home straight. Trying a wider line, looking for grip. It is pretty dusty out there, as you can see. Track very dry following a hot and dry day in the second city. It's the man in yellow, Linus Sundstrom, always in great form when he visited with Rye House during Birmingham's days in the Premier League, and in just as good form for Peterborough in the elites this year. Daniel Nurmark, the former Wolves man, up there in second. His teammate Ben Barker in behind him. He wants to get through to try and chase down our leader, I think. Back in white is Norbert Kosciusz, so the scores will still be level if it stays like this. Linus Sundstrom then leads into the final turn, and he's going to take the second win of the night for the Panthers. Sundstrom wins it. Nurmark comes over in second, Ben Barker in third, and Norbert Kosciusz at the back in white. Well, we said he'd be a name to watch tonight. Linus Sundstrom leading all the way in heat number 3, with Ben Barker making a slightly slow start, only able to make 3rd place behind Daniel Nurmark. It's Birmingham 9, Peterborough 9. Still all square then as we go into heat number 4. Richard Lawson is the man off gate 1 in yellow. Gate 2 for the Brummies in blue, Klaus Wissing. Gate 3 in white, it's Troy Batchelor. And off the outside in red, Brummies skipper Danny King. Hoping for a big score here tonight then, going from the outside. Alongside him, the man in white, Troy Batchelor, the former Kings Lynn man. Began his career with the Isle of Wight in the Premier League. And Klaus Wissing looking for his second win of the night. Completing the lineup, Richard Lawson, 1 point for the man in yellow off the inside. And this meeting sponsored by G.H. Moore and Son Jewellers. Regularly sponsor the Rider of the Night award here at Peterborough, of course. It's sponsoring the meeting in full tonight. 9 apiece the score then, as we prepare for heat number 4. Start Marshall pulls them into line. Lawson, Wissing, Batchelor and King, and into the tapes goes Klaus Wissing in blue. Blue light is on already. Bad luck to Klaus Wissing, all set to go for his second win, but he careers into the starting tapes. And that will either see the Dane off a 15-metre handicap, or Ulrich Ostergaard will replace him. We'll wait and see what Graham Drury's decision is, but Klaus Wissing is excluded for breaking the tapes. So Birmingham manager Graham Drury has made his decision. As you can see, Ulrich Ostergaard comes in as a reserve replacement for Klaus Wissing, excluded for breaking the tapes. His fellow reserve Ulrich Ostergaard finished second behind Klaus in heat number 2. Comes in as the replacement. As we mentioned already, G.H. Moore and Son Jewellers, the sponsor of tonight's meeting. We thank them for their continued support here at Peterborough. Next action here is on Monday the 15th of August, when Bellevue are in town. As we get ready for the rerun of heats number 4, 9 apiece the score. Richard Lawson goes off gate 1 in yellow. Ulrich Ostergaard now off 2 in blue. Gate 3 in white, Troy Batchelor. Off the outside in red, Danny King, racing against his former club tonight. Began his career in second halves at the East of England Showground. He's appeared for Ipswich, among others, in his time in the sport as well, and a Great Britain international to boot. Here we go then with heat number 4, the rerun. Lawson, Ostergaard, Batchelor and King from the outside. They get away cleanly this time, and Troy Batchelor gets away well. The Australian's going to be squeezed though into the first turn. Danny King around the outside, Ulrich Ostergaard up the inside, and the Brummies are on a 5-1 as it stands at the moment. Great first turn from the men in red and blue. Danny King it is then, the skipper who leads the way. Troy Batchelor attacking Ulrich Ostergaard for that second place, but the Dane hangs on, looking for his second successive paid win. He was unbeaten by an opponent after a couple of rides against Wolverhampton last week as well. But Troy Batchelor, the Australian, looking determined. He cuts down low onto the inside. Coming off turn number 4, it's worked for him. Troy Batchelor up to second. Ostergaard trying to return the compliment. Great battle for second place here in this heat number 4. Ostergaard's back up the inside and he's retaken Troy Batchelor. Needs to keep the line tight. No, he slid wide on the exit and Batchelor will be back up the inside. But Ostergaard winds the throttle on. The best race you've seen so far this evening. Danny King still your leader, but all eyes on this battle for second place. Can Ulrich Ostergaard hang on this final turn? Batchelor goes to the outside, switches back to the inside. King's going to take the win, and Ulrich Ostergaard hangs on for second. The cheers of the Brummies fans. Troy Batchelor comes in third in white, and Richard Lawson at the back in yellow. So Birmingham take the lead in fine style. Inspired choice of switch there by Graham Drury to bring in Ulrich Ostergaard in place of Klaus Wissing, and he rewards the Brummies by taking his second successive paid win behind race winner Danny King. But all eyes there on that battle for second. Great fight between Troy Batchelor and Ulrich Ostergaard, with the Dane winning out. Superb race in heat number 4, won by Danny King. It's Birmingham 14, Peterborough 10. Well, following a short pause to allow the sun to go down so it won't blind the riders on turn number 1, we are ready for heat number 5 of this Elite League encounter. Gate 1 in red for the Brummies will be Daniel Nurmark. Gate 2 in yellow, Christoph Buskowski. Off 3 in blue, Ben Barker. And gate 4 in white will be Nicky Pedersen. Looked to be struggling a little in his opening ride in heat 1, but took a paid win thanks to a spill for Alice Drimmel. Partner in Christoph Buskowski looking to make it 2 wins out of 2, but they're up against Ben Barker. Missed the start in his first ride, heat number 3. Finished behind his partner Daniel Nurmark. Daniel off the inside this time. The most successful gate so far has been gate 3, and that's where Ben Barker is sitting for this heat number 5. 14-10 the score. The Brummies in front then for the first time. Don't forget they take on Bellevue here this coming Monday night, the 15th of August. All the action in that one will be available from us here at Clean Cut Sports on DVD and Blu-ray. Still waiting Nicky Pedersen, the 3-time world champion, to pull forward. Then Ben Barker pulls back as well. Bit of gamesmanship going on at the tapes down there. Start Marshall clearly not happy. The riders very close together off the outside. So now he's happy. We are ready for this heat at number 5. Nurmark, Buskowski, Barker and Pedersen. Away we go. Daniel Nurmark gets a flyer from the inside, leads the way into the first turn. His partner again, Ben Barker, misses out at the back. It's Nurmark that leads the way. Nicky Pedersen around the outside of his partner Christoph Buskowski into second place, and Ben Barker goes for dirt around the outside. He's clipped the air fence up there. How did he and Christoph Buskowski stay on there? Buskowski hit trouble on the inside. Ben Barker nearly hit the air fence. Buskowski's all over the place in yellow. Ben Barker is up to third. Then after a wall of death around the airbags up there on turn 4 for the first time, Daniel Nurmark still leads from Nicky Pedersen. This will be a major scalp for the popular Swede if he can inflict a defeat on Nicky Pedersen, the Grand Prix superstar, former Wolverhampton and Oxford man among others. And he's closing in fast on Daniel Nurmark. Still in third, it's Ben Barker in blue following that wild first lap. At the back in yellow, it is Christoph Buskowski. It's going to be a 4-2 to the Brummies if it stays like this. Nicky Pedersen will have a look up the inside on the last turn, I'm sure. He's not going to get close enough though, and a fine win for Daniel Nurmark in red. Second place in white goes to Nicky Pedersen. Third in blue is Ben Barker. At the back in yellow, Christoph Buskowski. So a 4-2 to the Brummies, and extends their lead to 6 points, and a fine ride by Daniel Nurmark. He got a fast start from the inside and held off Nicky Pedersen all the way. There go the former world champions' hopes for a maximum. A 4-2 from heat number 5, and it's Birmingham 18, Peterborough 12. Heat number 6 coming to the tapes then as the sun begins to set over the second city. Gate 1 in white for Peterborough, it'll be Troy Batchelor. Gate 2 in red, Christoph Kasperzak. Off 3 in yellow, Kasper Gomolski. And off the outside in blue will be Alice Drimmel, racing against his former club Peterborough for the first time since he suffered those injuries at the showground earlier in the season when he tangled with Krzysztof Buskowski. Christoph Kasperzak turning away as he seems to do before every race. And coming back to the tapes here at Peterborough. Maybe it's a superstitious thing, I'm not too sure. He only lasted 1 lap in heat number 1, of course, before his bike let him down, while Alice Drimmel took a spill entering lap 3 and had to settle for 3rd place. So aiming for better fortunes here against Troy Batchelor and Kasper Gomolski. Troy conceded a 5-1 in his first race, heat number 4, behind Ulrich Ostergaard. Great battle with the Dane. Kasper Gomolski also yet to open his account. 18-12 the score then as we go into heat number 6. Batchelor, Kasperzak, Gomolski and Drimmel. And it's Peterborough that get the best start here with Troy Batchelor who leads into the first turn. Up the inside comes Christoph Kasperzak. It's Troy Batchelor that leads the way down the back straight, and Kasper Gomolski. Fine 3rd turn there, round the outside of his fellow countryman Christoph Kasperzak, trying to take 2nd place, but he can't quite do so. It's the former Grand Prix rider Christoph Kasperzak up to 2nd. The former Coventry man won the league, of course, with the Bees last season, and he's closing up on the back of Troy Batchelor. Batchelor slides out wide, and the former Swindon and Kings Lynn man holds his lead. Kasperzak is challenging hard though, has a look on the inside as they go down the back straight. There's no single clear grippier line tonight, no clear racing line here at Peterborough. Kasperzak closer and closer as they come down the home straight. He goes to the outside, tries to switch back to the inside. Batchelor keeping a central route. And it looks like he's going to hang on, or is he? Because they're coming round towards the checkered flag. Kasperzak will make one last effort up the inside, but it's Troy Batchelor who takes the win in white. 2nd in red for Christoph Kasperzak. 3rd place in yellow to Kasper Gomolski. And Alice Drimmel not at the races in that one. He finished at the back in blue. So Troy Batchelor gets revenge for the 5-1 he conceded in heat number 4 with victory in heat 6. That closes the gap then, that 4-2 to 4 points. It's Birmingham 20, Peterborough 16. Getting towards the halfway point then of this Elite League encounter. Heat number 7 will see Danny King off the inside for the Brummies in red. Gate 2 in white is Norbert Kosciusz. Gate 3 in blue, Ulrich Ostergaard. And gate 4 in yellow will be Linus Sundstrom. So 3 riders unbeaten so far coming into this one. Danny King looking for 2 wins out of 2, as is Linus Sundstrom, while Ulrich Ostergaard has 2 paid wins under his belt, 4 and 2. By contrast, Norbert Kosciusz off gate 2 in white yet to open his account. The Pole, of course, started the season at reserve for the Panthers, partnering Linus Sundstrom now in the main body of the team, and Linus going from the outside gate. I think we've had just 1 winner from gate 4 so far. That was Danny King in heat 4. Danny King now on the inside where the last 2 race winners have come from, so gate 1 and gate 3 the places to be. But that's where the Brummies are now sitting for this heat number 7. Don't forget the next action next Monday, 15th of August, Brummies versus Bellevue, and we'll have all the action for you from that one at Clean Cut Sports. Heat number 7 then, King, Kosciusz, Ostergaard and Sundstrom. Away they go. Ulrich Ostergaard gets away well from gate number 3, but he gets the heave-ho there from the man in white, Norbert Kosciusz. That sends him to the back, but it's Danny King on the inside who leads the way. Kosciusz in 2nd, having a look on the outside of the Brummies skipper. Fighting back is the man in blue, Ulrich Ostergaard. He's not too happy there by the look of things with the treatment he received from Norbert Kosciusz on that first term, and he's trying to have a go back up the inside of Linus Sundstrom for that 3rd place. Danny King out in front then, looking for his 2nd successive win. The Peterborough team riding in 2nd and 3rd place to try and keep Ulrich Ostergaard at the back and end his hopes of a paid maximum here this evening. The Dane trying to close up on the Swede, Linus Sundstrom, for that 3rd place, and this is a better showing this time from Norbert Kosciusz, taking a slightly wider line, you can see there, from Danny King. It's not bringing him any closer to the Great Britain International. Down the back straight they go then. For the final time, it's going to be a share of the points from heat number 7. Danny King comes out of the final turn to take the win. Kosciusz in 2nd, Linus Sundstrom in 3rd. And Ulrich Ostergaard rather frustrated at the back in blue. So the gap remains at 4 points then, with Danny King making it 2 wins out of 2. Good to see him back in his very best form against his former club here tonight. He heads round in celebration with the fans on the home straight. A sizable crowd in attendance here at Peterborough tonight. Well done to Danny King. And the score after 7 heats, Birmingham 23, Peterborough 19. Heat number 8 coming to the tapes then, 23-19 the score. Klaus Vissing is the man off gate 1 in blue for the Brummies. Gate 2 for the Panthers, Kasper Gomolski takes the place of Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in red is Alice Drimmel, and gate 4 in white, Krzysztof Buskowski. So Kasper Gomolski swapping reserve slots with Richard Lawson, and they're both on 1 point so far. Kasper is turning away there. He's partnered by Krzysztof Buskowski, a winner in Heat 1, but last place, and he looked all over the place, it has to be said, in Heat number 5. So 2 poles taking on Birmingham's Czech international Alice Drimmel. 1 point for him so far. And the popular Dane Klaus Vissing looking to make up for his tape disclusion earlier on. So waiting the riders to pull forward then. Birmingham with a 4-point lead. They beat Peterborough by 5 points, 49-44 on the Panthers' last visit to Peterborough. Looking to better that here in the second visit of the season by the men from the showground. Their Polish pairing pull into line then for this heat number 8. Vissing, Gomolski, Drimmel and Buskowski. Away they go, and the man on the inside, Klaus Vissing, gets away well. He leads the way. Again, Krzysztof Buskowski out of shape on the first turn. Round the outside of everybody comes Alice Drimmel. Where did he come from there? Third to first in one move. Around the outside on the first turn. It looks as though Klaus Vissing made a slight mistake on the inside, but he's now fighting back, and he clashes there with Kasper Gomolski. Down the home straight. Aggression there from the pole. Klaus Vissing will try again on the inside at turn number 3. Close fighting here for this second place. And Vissing out of shape there on turn number 4. He makes a mistake. And round the outside comes Krzysztof Buskowski up into third place in white. Vissing fights back again around the outside. Not a good race for Klaus Vissing so far. Trying to get back into the points. Took a win in Heat 2. It's been a night of struggle for him. So on since then. Still a clear leader in red is Alice Drimmel. Kasper Gomolski still up there in second in yellow. Klaus Vissing is starting to fall behind Krzysztof Buskowski slightly as they come down into the final turn of this heat number 8. He'll have a look on the inside on the final turn. He slices across the front of him. Very close for third place, but Buskowski does get back through. I thought they were going to come to grief there on the final turn. That was a close one. Alice Drimmel it was who took the win with that fine move around the second bend to take his first win of the night. Kasper Gomolski came in second, and Krzysztof Buskowski just beating Klaus Vissing in a very hard fight for third place. A second successive shared heat then. And the score after 8 heats of this Elite League match, Birmingham 26, Peterborough 22. Getting ready for heats at number 9 then, 26-22 the score. Ben Barker is the man off gate 1 in blue this time for the Brummies. Gate 2 in white's Troy Batchelor. Gate 3 in red is Daniel Nurmark. And off the outside, Richard Lawson swapping places with Kasper Gomolski in yellow. Richard, the man from Workington, with 1 point so far. His partner Troy Batchelor was a winner last time out in heat number 6, defeating Krzysztof Kasprzak. Ben Barker on 2 and a bonus so far, and he's sharpen up his gating if he's going to get into the points tonight. A couple of poor starts proving Ben's downfall so far. While Daniel Nurmark, by contrast, the Swede, has dropped just 1 point. That was when he was beaten by Linus Sundstrom in his first ride in heat number 3, with a brilliant win over Nicky Pedersen last time out in heat number 5. The Swede having a great season now that he's found his feet back in the Elite League. 10 years now since he began his career in Britain with Wolverhampton. Ben Barker partnering the Swede here, the man who doubles up with Plymouth, of course, in the Premier League. Troy Batchelor, the Australian, and Richard Lawson, the Workington man, off the outside, completing the lineup. So it's Barker, Batchelor, Nurmark and Lawson. This is heat number 9. A great start by Troy Batchelor in white. Takes the lead into the first turn. A better start from Ben Barker this time. And Daniel Nurmark having a look around the outside. The Brummies pairing together as they go into turn number 3. But it's Troy Batchelor who leads the way in white. Nurmark will give chase, the man in red. Moves down onto the inside line now. Barker in third. Richard Lawson at the back in yellow. But increasing his lead is the Australian, Troy Batchelor, looking for his second win of the evening. And Daniel Nurmark makes a mistake there on turn number 4. Ben Barker will get through the second. They were lucky not to clash there, the two Brummies on turn 4 that time. That's lost them some ground to Troy Batchelor, who leads by almost the length of a straight now, the man in white. Going into the last lap of this heat number 9. It'll be a 3-all for the third race in a row if it stays like this, and the score will remain as a 4-point lead for the Brummies. It'll be 29-25. They're not going to catch Troy Batchelor, the man in white, around the final turn to take the checkered flag. His second win of the night for Troy Batchelor. Second place in blue is Ben Barker. Third in red is Daniel Nurmark, and Richard Lawson completes the finishers in yellow. So for the third race in a row, we have a 3-all. Troy Batchelor flying from the start there, and controlling the pace ahead of Ben Barker and Daniel Nurmark. So the score after Heat 9, Birmingham 29, Peterborough 25. Getting ready for heat number 10 then, still 4 points in it after 3 successive shared heats. Heat number 10 will see Alice Drummle off gate 1 in blue, gate 2 in yellow Linus Sundstrom, gate 3 in red Christoph Kasprzak, and off the outside in whites will be Norbert Kosciusz. So Alice Drummle, a race winner last time out, then a fine move around the outside on the first turn of heat number 8. Partnering Christoph Kasprzak, who does his usual turning back towards turn 4, disappears from our view. He's got 2 points so far. His fellow countryman Norbert Kosciusz, likewise on 2 points, goes from the outside. Completing the lineup in yellow is Linus Sundstrom, 4 and a bonus from his first 2 rides. Thanks again to the meeting sponsors, GH Moore & Son, the jewellers, regularly sponsoring our Rider of the Night award as well here at Peterborough. Most of the wins in that this season have gone to either Ben Barker or Klaus Wissing, but we'll wait and see at the end of the night who'll be Rider of the Night this week. Alice Drummle could be a candidate if he can take another win here. We'll wait and see what happens in this heat number 10 then. 29-25 the score. Drummle, Sundstrom, Kasprzak and Kosciusz. Away they go, and a good start by the man in yellow. Linus Sundstrom goes level with Christoph Kasprzak into the first turn, almost 4 wide. Coming off turn number 2, Sundstrom leads Kasprzak down the outside of both Drummle and Kosciusz, and up into second place. He's not content with second, he's going for first around the outside. What a first lap by Christoph Kasprzak. They clash handlebars there. The man in yellow, Linus Sundstrom, did well to hold on to it. Kasprzak's into the air fence. Well, what they say an accident waiting to happen, and that's certainly what that first lap was. Christoph Kasprzak tried to go round the outside of all 3 of the other riders, and the yellow light has come on for Linus Sundstrom. So a bit of controversy there. The Peterborough fans clearly not happy, nor is Linus Sundstrom. Has a quick word with Christoph Kasprzak there. So a bit of controversy in this heat number 10. They clashed at handlebars, Sundstrom and Kasprzak, and Kasprzak looks in a bit of discomfort with his leg there, unfortunately, having gone into the air fence. It all goes wrong in heats at number 10 for Peterborough. Linus Sundstrom, I thought, was going to take a perler on the home straight there when he clashed handlebars with Christoph Kasprzak. Kasprzak then running out wide going into turn 1, into the air fence. We hope that the pole is okay. He looks like he's in trouble there. Linus Sundstrom is the man out of the rerun, disqualified by referee Darren Hartley, and we hope that Christoph Kasprzak is okay. Well, good to see this man back out then. Christoph Kasprzak, after a bit of treatment, is back on the bike and okay, following a bit of treatment after that spill at the end of lap 1, and able to take his place in the rerun of this heat number 10. The full lineup: Alice Drummle off gate 1 in blue, no rider off gate 2, of course, with Linus Sundstrom disqualified. Gate 3 in red is Christoph Kasprzak, and off the outside in whites, the lone Panther, Norbert Kosciusz. So Birmingham set to extend their lead then in this heat number 10. The first lap of the first running, as we said, was pretty much an accident waiting to happen, with Christoph Kasprzak giving it the big handful around the outside. He got past 2 of them, but unfortunately couldn't quite get past Linus Sundstrom. There was contact, and Sundstrom out of the rerun. Norbert Kosciusz left to fight alone then in this rerun of heat number 10 for the visitors, as Birmingham look for their second win over Peterborough at the Peterborough circuit this year. Start Marshall pulling them into line then. Here we go, let's see what happens. Drummle, Kasprzak and Kosciusz. This is heat number 10. Away they go, and the Brummies make the start with Alice Drummle getting away well from the inside. Norbert Kosciusz has a look on the inside, but Kasprzak is there around the outside of his teammate and into the lead. So the Brummies looking then for their second 5-1 of the night, but Norbert Kosciusz is out to stop them. His night improving as it goes on here at Peterborough. Having a look on the inside of Alice Drummle. Drummle's gone wide, and Kosciusz up to second place as they pass the pit gate. So Alice Drummle, the good form that saw him take the win in heat number 8 in fine style, seems to have deserted him, and he drops back into third place behind Kosciusz, looking for his second place of the night. But it's Christoph Kasprzak that leads the way out in front, looking for his first win of the night. Started off slowly with engine problems in heat 1, but clearly no ill effect of that spill in the first running of heat number 10, as he pulls away from Norbert Kosciusz. The poles running 1 and 2. Check Alice Drummle in third place. It's going to be a 4-2 to the Brummies then from heat number 10. Christoph Kasprzak takes the win. Norbert Kosciusz comes over in second, and Alice Drummle in third. So that's a 4-2 to the Brummies. It's Birmingham 33, Peterborough 27. 5 heats to go in this Elite League encounter. We get ready for heats number 11 with Nicky Pedersen off the inside gate in white. Next to him in red, Danny King. Gate 3 in yellow, Krzysztof Puskowski. And off gate 4 in blue, Ulrich Ostergaard. 4 and 2 for him so far. Nicky Pedersen is on 4 and 1, yet to take a win tonight, while Danny King, alongside him in red, is on a hat-trick going into this heat number 11. Can he inflict a third defeat of the night on Nicky Pedersen? Took a paid win in his opening ride, of course, behind Krzysztof Puskowski, and was beaten last time out by Daniel Nermark. Puskowski on 4 and a bonus. He's off gate number 3 in yellow. Just looking back over the gates over the last couple of races, the inside gates, the slightly more successful tonight. That's where Nicky Pedersen and Danny King are now sitting. Can the Brummies skipper continue his unbeaten run? It'll be a tough task against Nicky Pedersen. Let's see what's going to happen then. Heat number 11, Pedersen, King, Puskowski and Ostergaard. Away they go. Danny King gets away well, so does Pedersen. It's the Dane that leads the way into the first turn. The man in yellow squeezes Danny King there. Round the outside comes Ulrich Ostergaard in blue. It's Pedersen that leads the way from Ostergaard. Danny King back in third place, and he'll try a tighter line, trying to attack on the inside coming off turn number 4, but it's Nicky Pedersen, 3-time world champion, who leads the way. Danny King on his tail though as they go down the back straight for the second time. Ostergaard still third ahead of Krzysztof Puskowski as King attacks again on the inside, but again Pedersen just that's a slight little bit quicker coming off the turns, and he's blocking Danny King's every move. Danny King will need to try and switch his line here to go to the outside. He's doing just that as they come into turns 3 and 4. Very close between the two of them as they complete lap number 3. Further back, Ulrich Ostergaard still just holding on in third place ahead of Krzysztof Puskowski. Danny King, is he going to go for a last bend lunge then? They come down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. I don't think Danny King's going to get close enough, and it's a first win of the night for Nicky Pedersen in white. King in second. Ulrich Ostergaard takes third place, just ahead of Krzysztof Puskowski in yellow. The lead remains at 6 points then, and great effort by Danny King, but he couldn't quite catch the Danish Grand Prix superstar Nicky Pedersen, who takes his first win of the evening. There go Danny King's hopes for a maximum, unfortunately, and it's Birmingham 36, Peterborough 30. Riders at the tapes then for heat number 12, with gate 1 in yellow, Kasper Gomolski. Next to him in red, Daniel Nermark. Gate 3 in white, Norbert Kosciusz. And off the outside in blue will be Klaus Wissing. Just 3 points for the popular Dane so far tonight, aiming to improve after a last place last time out in heat number 8. Daniel Nermark, meantime, is on 6 and a bonus. Peterborough's 2 poles. Norbert Kosciusz is on 4, and Kasper Gomolski on 3. The starting tapes seem to have come apart there of their own accord, so there'll be a short pause here while the tapes are repaired. Quick running repair by the start marshal and his colleagues down there. Big chance to mention Bellevue are here on Monday night next week. Chris Harris, Rory Schlein and their colleagues in town. We'll have all the action for you here at Clean Cut Sports, of course, on DVD and Blu-ray. So can Birmingham extend their lead then? Daniel Nermark looking for his second win of the night, as is Klaus Wissing. His points from that win in Heat 2, his only score so far, as the tapes are repaired down there. Norbert Kosciusz and Kasper Gomolski yet to take a win. The 2 poles with relatively little experience, it has to be said, in British racing. Peterborough's side, of course, put together fairly late in the day at the start of the 2011 season. It was uncertain for a long time, of course, whether Peterborough would line up in this year's Elite League. Just awaiting Daniel Nermark to pull up to tapes then for this heat number 12. 36-30 the score. Here we go then with heat number 12. Gomolski, Nermark, Kosciusz and Wissing. Man in yellow gets away well from the inside, but a little too well. The red lights have come on. Kasper Gomolski moving off a little too early there in heat number 12. Unsatisfactory start is ruled. It'll be all 4 riders back for the rerun. Let's try again then with heat number 12. A reminder of the lineup: Kasper Gomolski off gate 1 in yellow, Daniel Nermark gate 2 in red, Norbert Kosciusz gate 3 in white, and Klaus Wissing gate 4 in blue. Thanks again to GH Moore and Son Jewellers for their sponsorship of tonight's meeting. Their representatives were down on the centre green, keeping an eye on things earlier on. So 6 points the gap then. Of course, Birmingham must win by 7 points or more to take all 3 Elite League points on offer. Anything less and they get 2 points. Peterborough gets 1. So it's far from over these last 4 heats then as we get ready for the second attempt. Heat number 12, Gamolski, Nurmark, Kosciusz and Vissing. To get away this time, it's Daniel Nurmark who hits the front around the outside of Gamolski, who again starts pretty quickly. He's in second place. It's Daniel Nurmark in the lead. Here comes Klaus Vissing down the outside into turn number 3. Good move from the Dane, and he's up into second place. So Peterborough's 2 poles left to chase the Danish reserve. Racing against his pair at club tonight, of course. Appeared for Peterborough last season. But it's Daniel Nurmark, the former Wolves, Kings Lynn and Workington man, who leads the way in red. Looking good for his second win of the night. Brummies looking for their second 5-1 of the night. That'll put them 10 points clear of the Panthers, which will of course leave Peterborough manager Trevor Swales with the option to use the tactical ride rule over the last couple of races with his team 10 points down. Daniel Nurmark leads into the last lap then from Klaus Vissing. Kasper Gamolski fighting back on the inside. He's learning Perry Bar pretty quickly. He gets some lift there. Going down the back straight, it's going to be a second 5-1 of the night to the home side. Here they comes to the line. Daniel Nurmark wins it from Klaus Vissing, Kasper Gamolski, and at the back in white, Norbert Kosciusz. Excellent race there from the 2 Brummies. Great ride by Klaus Vissing, cutting around the outside of Kasper Gamolski on the first lap. Second win of the night for Daniel Nurmark, and Klaus Vissing back to his best form. The Brummies pair head round in celebration. We're going to see a wheelie from both of them down there. That's great to see. A 5-1 from heat number 12, and the score now Birmingham 41, Peterborough 31. On to heat number 13 then, and with Peterborough 10 points down, it's no surprise to see the black and white helmet cover being handed to Nicky Pedersen by team manager Trevor Swales. So Nicky Pedersen will go for double points in this heat number 13 as long as he beats a Birmingham rider. The full lineup is as follows then. Ulrich Ostergaard has replaced Christoph Kaspzak off gate 1 in red. Next to him, Nicky Pedersen in black and white. Gate 3 in blue is Danny King, and Troy Batchelor goes from the outside in yellow. So Christoph Kaspzak clearly feeling the effects of that spill in heat number 10. He did come out and win the rerun, but he has withdrawn from heat number 13, so Ulrich Ostergaard comes in as his replacement. The Dane on 5 and 3 bonuses so far. A good night for the Brummies reserve. Can he hold back Nicky Pedersen then? Danny King will be the favourite for the Brummies fans in this one. The skipper off at gate 3 in blue. He's dropped just 1 point so far. That was 2. Nicky Pedersen, of course, 2 races ago. So their rivalry will be renewed here from gates 2 and 3. And Troy Batchelor with just a couple of points dropped so far. Of course, he was on the wrong end of a 5-1 in his opening ride. Here we go then with heat number 13. Start Marshall pulls him into line. Ostergaard, Pedersen, King and Batchelor. Away we go, and Nicky Pedersen gets a flyer from gate number 2. Ulrich Ostergaard rather caught napping there on the inside, but Danny King up the inside of Pedersen coming off turn number 2, and he leads the way. Pedersen back down the inside. They go into the car park turn for the first time. Great battle between these two, renewed from heat 11. It's almost 3 wide as they come off turn number 4. Troy Batchelor having a go on the inside, but it's Pedersen back in the lead as they go into the second lap. King is there on the inside. They're still side by side. Great battle for the lead of this heat number 13. Pedersen now pulls ahead, looking for 6 points for the win. If it stays like this with Batchelor third, it'll be a 7-2 to the Panthers, and now Pedersen pulling away. The gap could be about to reduce to just 5 points here, and that would really open things up going into the last couple of races. Nicky Pedersen then in black and white leads the way. The former world champion looking good for 6 points. Danny King coming under a bit of pressure now from Troy Batchelor for that second place. There's no catching Nicky Pedersen. Danny King tried his hardest early on. Batchelor lunges to the outside on the final turn. Nicky Pedersen though takes the win in black and white. Second in blue it is Danny King, and third in yellow Troy Batchelor. At the back in red the reserve replacement Ulrich Ostergaard. So 6 points go to Nicky Pedersen, and it's 2 points to Birmingham, 7 to the Panthers from heat number 13. The score now closing up again. It's Birmingham 43, Peterborough 38. The penultimate race of this Elite League encounter then, heat number 14, sees Linus Sundstrom off gate 1 in white. Gate 2 in blue is Klaus Vissing. Gate 3 in yellow is Kasper Gomolski, and off gate 4 in red, Ben Barker. So Klaus Vissing comes in for Ulrich Ostergaard, and Kasper Gomolski replaces the struggling Richard Lawson. A couple of reserve changes then. Ben Barker from the outside in red, just 4 and a bonus for him so far, looking for his first win of the night. Completing the lineup is Linus Sundstrom from the inside. Heat number 14 then, Sundstrom, Vissing, Gomolski and Barker. And away they go, it's Peterborough who hit the front into the first turn. Now this could open things up if it stays like this. What can Ben Barker do? He's having a look on the outside of the man in white, Linus Sundstrom, down into turn number 3, but it's Gomolski. Something of a surprise here with the lead in yellow as they complete the first lap. Ben Barker tries to carve between the two Peterborough men as they end lap number 1. It's Gomolski that leads from Barker. Linus Sundstrom in third. Klaus Vissing at the back as Barker dives to the inside into turn number 3. Great move by the Brummies man up the inside of Kasper Gomolski and into the lead. That was a daring move by the former Coventry man, and down goes his partner, Klaus Vissing, coming off at turn number 1. Now, can he get his bike out of the air fence? Yes, he can. And he's going again. Fair play, Klaus Vissing. No stoppage needed. Ben Barker, still your leader in red. Kasper Gomolski chasing. He's had a good night from reserve for the Panthers. But I don't think he's going to catch Ben Barker here. They're coming round towards the checkered flag. Gomolski closing, but it's too late. And Ben Barker takes the win in red. Second place in yellow will be Kasper Gomolski. Third in white is Linus Sundstrom. Klaus Vissing looks like he's going to pull up at the back in blue. So Ben Barker, a race winner. It's a 3-all. It was looking early on like a 5-1 to the Panthers, which would have left things wide open going into the last race. As it is, there's just 5 points in it. Well done, Ben Barker. It's a big reception from the Brummies fans on the home straight. His first win of the night, and the score going into the last race, Birmingham 46, Peterborough 41. The final race of the night then, Heat 15. Birmingham need a 4-2 or a 5-1 to take all 3 league points from this meeting, while Peterborough need a 5-0 to force a draw. That's what it comes down to. Heat number 15 sees Daniel Nurmark off gate 1 in red, Nicky Pedersen off 2 in white, gate 3 in blue, Danny King, and gate 4 in yellow, Troy Batchelor. So Nicky Pedersen and Troy Batchelor, Peterborough's 2 standout riders, take on Daniel Nurmark, who's had a fine night so far, some great battles in all 4 of his races. While Danny King has dropped just a couple of points to the Panthers so far tonight. Had to give best last time out, of course, to Nicky Pedersen for the second time tonight in Heat 13, as Nicky took the big 6-pointer to get Peterborough almost back on level terms. And there's still 5 points in it as we go into our final race. Downside for Brummies, of course, the loss of Christoph Kasprzak. He pulled out of Heat 13, clearly feeling the effects of his crash in Heat 10. So Birmingham need a 4-2 or a 5-1, and they get all 3 league points on offer. A 3-all would see an identical result to the last visit of the Panthers, 49-44. That, of course, would see Peterborough take a league points off the Brummies. A 5-0 to Peterborough, and it will be a draw on the night. Unlikely, but stranger things have happened in Speedway. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen in this heat number 15. So waiting the riders on the inside to pull up to tapes then. Still the inside gate's marginally stronger, so we'll see what's going to happen then. Heat number 15, Nurmark, Pedersen, King and Batchelor. Away we go, Nicky Pedersen gets away well, cuts down on Daniel Nurmark into the first turn. Nurmark responds by sending him wide and takes the lead on the inside. Here comes the man in blue, Danny King, up the inside. And Nicky Pedersen has dropped from first to fourth because Troy Batchelor has come through on the inside in yellow. The Brummies will now try and team ride their way through for a 5-1, or maybe not, because Troy Batchelor is attacking Daniel Nurmark. He's up to second on the inside. Nurmark fights back between the 2 Peterborough riders. Nicky Pedersen is there on the inside, up the inside of Nurmark, takes him wide into turn number 3. Danny King leads with all eyes on this battle for second and third. Pedersen manages to keep ahead of Daniel Nurmark, who tries to fight back on the pit's turn. He doesn't want to clip Pedersen's back wheel. Goes back up onto the outside line. Still Danny King, who leads the way. Troy Batchelor at the back, so if it stays like this, Birmingham will take all 3 league points on offer. Daniel Nurmark doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks. He just needs to hold that third place now. We're on the last lap of heat number 15. Danny King is going to win it in blue. Can Daniel Nurmark hang on in the points? Here they come off the final turn. Pedersen second, but Nurmark gets that all-important third place. Troy Batchelor slowing up on the final turn. Great race there in heat number 15. Danny King taking the win, but Daniel Nurmark taking that vital third place point secures a 4-2 for the Brummies from heat number 15. 50-43 is the final score. Birmingham take 3 league points. Excellent stuff there in heats at number 15. Well done, Daniel Nurmark. Great battle with the Peterborough pairing for that vital third place points. Final score here at Peterborough tonight, Birmingham 50, Peterborough 43. So the Brummies head round on parade then, having secured all 3 league points on offer. Let's check out the individual scorers. We'll start with the Ready Power Panthers. Nicky Pedersen scored 15 and 1, Krzysztof Buskowski 4 and 1, Norbert Kosciusz 4, Linus Sundstrom 5 and 2, Troy Batchelor 8, Kasper Gomolski 6 and Richard Lawson 1. For the Brummies, Krzysztof Kaspak scored 5 and we wish him all the best, obviously. Good to see him on the parade vehicle down there after taking that knock earlier on. Alice Drummel scored 5, Daniel Nurmark 10 and 1, Ben Barker 7 and 1, Danny King 13, Ulrich Ostergaard 5 and 3, and Klaus Vissing 5 and 1. Danny King also getting the Rider of the Night award from meeting sponsors GH Moore and Son Jewellers. The Brummies take a bow then on the home straight, a bit of a Mexican wave as well. Final score here at Peterborough tonight's Birmingham Brummies 50, Peterborough Ready Power Panthers 43. That just about wraps up the action then here this evening. A fine meeting here in the second city. And the next action here at Peterborough is this coming Monday against Bellevue. And until then, this is Dave Goddard signing off here at the home of Speedway in the second city. From all of us here at Clean Cut Sports, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.